Hitting the live button.
Oh, it says we're live.
Wait. Hey, it
Did it
fixed
work?
itself. I
So
think
this is
so.
Woo!
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Hooray!
we now understand why certain things happen.
Give me just a second while I change some stuff back around here. Okay.
So it wasn't me. It was
Uh,
just the stream key shitting
you
itself.
guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
I hear you.
What is going on? I can't hear you guys. Can I hear you guys now?
Maybe.
Hello?
There we
Can
go.
you-
That's
Can you
weird.
hear us?
Yes.
Hello, hello.
All right.
Oof.
All right. Let me close that. All right, we're back, everybody.
Yay!
That was an adventure, man.
What?
I got a whole snack during that adventure.
That was not
Yeah.
an adventure. That was a detour to a frozen hellscape of stress
Yeah.
and wondering what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. So bottom line, YouTube hates us.
Mhm.
YouTube, like it exploded. We had to reset the stream key. It was a terrible thing, and this isn't even the first time this has happened.
We've now located the root cause of why the stream key changes so much at RWBY Productions.
Yeah,
Yo.
because the stream just randomly decides to not work, apparently.
It decided to not work so bad it crashed my internet.
Mhm.
Heck. But we're back now.
But we are back now, and we are ready to talk about more RWBY.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think we were finishing up our conversation about Watts.
Yeah, we were
and,
getting to the end of that.
Yeah, and all of that.
The
Did
Watts
Watts
scene.
hack us? Because we were
Yeah.
talking about
I feel
Didn't
like there
want
was
us to
one
do-
last point I wanted to make about Watts, and now I don't remember.
It was like
Oh,
20
no.
minutes ago.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess let's just keep on keeping on. But yeah, anyways, really great scene. Really great to kind of get some insight on Cinder in that regard. I think yeah, we were talking about the fact that Watts telling Cinder all this was a very calculated move to it was a calculated risk to see if it would keep him alive, and it worked.
He also happened to be right, though.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was very right.
It's a good bet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because basically what he effectively ended up doing was telling Cinder, "Listen, you can kill me, but it's not gonna change your overarching problem."
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is you, not me.
Yeah.
Yep. The common factor here in all your bullshit is you.
What a concept.
But yeah, so yeah, Cinder goes off and cries, and then Yang and team get back in touch with RWBY and team, and they develop a plan to meet up. And Oscar is okay somehow, and also Hazel is probably dead, and Emerald's sad about it.
Yeah.
It seems very likely
Yeah.
he's dead. I mean, the force of all that kinetic energy.
All of that
Oh my-
stored up kinetic energy.
Yeah. I'd also just like to point out all of this like debris flying around, the dust in the that's all like Grim whale bits.
Yeah,
Just
people
like
are gonna
that-
have grim cancer.
That can't be good for you.
Yeah.
This is how Salem creates more hounds en masse. It's like, it's on your skin. You accidentally swallowed a little bit of it. It's like, now you're mine.
So, let's see, fucking where am I in my notes?
Well, they get a
right.
call right from the manor.
Yeah, they get a call and they're like, "Hey, let's meet up," and they're like, "Cool." And they refuse to let Emerald go. Yang is like, "Fuck this bitch," which like fair.
This is the scene I wanted last episode this like this is the kind of reaction that I wanted to see in the last one, where they first were like, "Oh, hey, let's team up with Emerald." Wait, what?
That's
Yeah.
Like
we were
Yang's like,
saying
"No,
that
no,
all
no, no.
last week or 2 weeks
I'm
ago.
She's part of
really-
the reason I have this robot arm. Do you guys not remember that?" Like,
I'm really hoping that, I mean, one way or another, we're not going to get Emerald. We're not going to get the Emerald leaving of her own volition in the way that we were hoping. You know, because Emerald, you know, still it was like kind of prompted. Like, not that I don't think she was already thinking about going, but like it was Hazel who prompted her to go. She wasn't like, she didn't have a moment where she herself was like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah.
So we're probably never gonna get that. That ship has sailed. But what we can still have are hard conversations between Emerald and the rest of Team RWBY about all of the things that she's done.
yup.
And it seems like she's already starting to feel a bit of remorse about it because, they refuse to let Emerald go. Yang is super mad at her, understandably. Jean is suspicious, and Emerald hates everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of her general fallback. Like,
Mhm.
I just hate the world.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Only
Yeah, and
Cinder
so-
makes it feel better.
That's her default defense mechanism, and I'm sure she's feeling pretty defensive walking around with former adversaries here. So
Yeah, and so, essentially, I have written here, Rem preaches understanding and forgiveness. I didn't remember him having blue hair.
wow.
Wait, who is Rem?
No!
Oh,
Stop that!
Oh my god.
it still
Katie,
hurts.
nominated for an Academy Award for comedy.
But yeah, so Ren preaches understanding and forgiveness. He's like, "Yo, let's, she might be useful, and she's scared, like just like us. So maybe we can set this aside." And Yang's like, "No, I'm gonna be angry."
Angie.
So we see more of Ren's newly discovered semblance power of seeing flower petals around people that the color corresponds to some emotion. Have we seen purple ones before? Do we know what that's supposed to be?
I want to say purple was fear?
Or anxiety? But I do not recall. I didn't think to look back that far, I will admit.
I think
Yeah.
I remember Yang having purple.
Yeah.
Okay, so it might be fear. I was thinking it might be like guilt or remorse or something, but
I mean,
it could be related.
I definitely think that she had some of those emotions too in a moment that happens a little bit later.
Yeah.
But Oscar also decides, hey, now is a good time to let everybody know Ozpin is back.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what? That bitch is here?
Then this is where we get the explanation of stored kinetic energy about why the
Right.
whale exploded.
Yep. And he's like, listen, we should all be preaching understanding here too, because Ozpin like took the blows for me. He was super helpful in getting us out of there, and like he's looking out for us. And everybody's just like, okay.
So what's the catch?
Yeah.
I do like here how they so they definitely Deus Ex Machina this, right?
That is not in question.
Ozpin exploded the whale. That that was Deus Ex Machina, cut and dry. But I do like how they kind of limited it. They were like, oh well, he can only do that once. Like this took lifetimes of energy to store up, so we won't be able to Deus Ex Machina the plot in this way again.
Just you wait. They're gonna do it again.
They'll figure out another way to Deus Ex Machina. Don't worry.
Explosion!
This is not God's blessing on this beautiful one day. on this
Oh
beautiful
god!
world.
Now I need the Ozpin Megamine memes now.
I need it. Ozpin meme. Megupin.
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 Now
Oh
we have to
my
turn
god.
that into a pin, and we need to sell it as merch.
Oh my god, no.
A double meme? Is that even?
Yes.
I need
Memeception
somebody.
over
I
here.
need somebody just overlaying all the various different shots of the Grim exploding with just Megumin's explosion.
We
Just
can
like
do that
over and
piece.
over and over again.
God, yes.
Bakaretsu, bakaretsu, da, da.
Killy willy la la.
But yeah. Anyways.
Anyways,
So yeah. So they did. So he explains how Ozpin's cane works, and he's like, "Oh, we can't really do that again. There's a little bit left in there. There's a little bit left in the tank, but there's not a lot, so we got to use it sparingly." And then they come across a bunch of refugees hiding in the subway tunnels, and this is kind of where Emerald seems to feel maybe a bit of sense of shame.
Yeah.
For
She
what
should.
she's done.
yes,
She
rightfully
should
so.
be feeling a sense of
Yeah.
shame. She's fucking responsible for this bullshit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
helped creepy goop lady get here.
Mm-hmm.
This is on part a little bit on you.
Yeah, and I
You
bet
stood
she's
by and
also-
watched.
Because of her, I don't remember much of her backstory or if we've gotten much of it, but she was probably a kid in the slums too. So like, especially when she looks at the children,
Yeah,
like she
That's-
probably saw herself.
Yeah. What
that's
we
definitely the vibe I got.
remember. What I think all we've really gotten of Emerald's backstory is she was a thief.
Yeah,
And she
which
gets
is probably
recruited
for-
by Cinder.
and we don't really know many details there, which I'm honestly excited for, and I think we will soon because I do think Cinder's gonna die, but I think before Cinder dies, we're gonna get Emerald's full like story there, and they're gonna have a moment.
I wonder
Yeah.
if Emerald is thinking that I've just made more people just like me.
Yeah,
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder
yeah, that's
if
fair.
I wonder if like the ultimate redemption would be Emerald winds up being the one to kill Cinder.
I don't think that'll happen, but it would be poetic.
I think she
Or-
might try.
No.
but-
Cinder sacrifices her life to save Emerald.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It's
don't
not.
see it
I'm just
happening.
saying, if there was ever poetic justice.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
that
see,
would be
the
very
issue is
poetic and
if
justice,
Cinder
but-
does that, then that means that Emerald was justified in following Cinder.
Which
Uh,
we don't
Because Cinder
want.
did actually care about her, but of course the thing is, the whole shtick is that
She
Cinder
doesn't.
doesn't care about Emerald.
Have her
Like,
throw
it's
away
all been
like
a
trash
ruse.
when she's no longer
Yeah.
useful, so she can be a good guy and be like, I thought
No,
you
true.
cared, Mom.
like, all I'm saying is, depending on how they did it, I don't think it would necessarily justify Emerald following her. But if, like, in a final random moment, if like Cinder felt like in that small moment, like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. It doesn't negate all the bad shit that she did. It's just it's never too late to do the right thing, but that doesn't necessarily make you good, because what makes you a good guy is consistent effort every day to do good.
I mean, I agree with you, but I feel like from a story perspective that undermines the
Yeah, maybe.
thing
Just
that's
have to-
trying to be the point that's trying to be made with the Cinder Emerald relationship.
Yeah, I'm just throwing scenarios out there that would be
Yeah.
interesting.
I think the best we can hope for is maybe as she dies in like one fleeting moment, Cinder might think, "Oh, Emerald, maybe I should have been
Yeah,
nicer to
like,
her."
I
Yeah, I
want
should have
Emerald
been nicer to her, man.
Like, Emerald should be one of Cinder's biggest regrets, because Emerald was the one person that actually fucking truly loved
Right,
her.
and that's kind of why I said like Emerald being the one to take her down, because it's like, oh, if you had treated Emerald better, maybe she wouldn't have fucking stabbed you. You know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. So after they see the
Anyways.
refugees, Emerald feels this sense of shame, it seems, and then Oscar tells her, hey, you know, we could really use your skills right about now.
Poke, poke.
Yeah.
Guilt,
So
guilt.
you know, if you're feeling bad about this, you can do something about it.
Let us use your powers for, you wanna do something good? We got a mission to do.
You want to do something good? We got some good to go around.
Yeah.
We could use all the
Speaking of
good we
which.
can get.
You feel like you need to do some good? We're gonna volunteer you.
We have our new villain now coming up. Well, new old villain. I mean, old new villain. Yeah, it's Ironwood.
Yeah. So the Aesops arrive to speak with Ironwood, and Ironwood's like, "Boy, good job with that explosion, guys. That was like really great work. Like, I'm really impressed at how well you handled that giant explosion." And they're like, about that. That wasn't us. And Ironwood's like, "Oh, I rescind my compliments."
Bad job. Actually, not a good job. Don't take credit for that.
You're fired.
And he starts trying to figure out how it happened, but then he just kind of stops trying to figure out what that explosion could have been, and was like, "All right, what's our next move?"
Well, do you think he came to any conclusion? Do you think he was like, it was probably just the weather? Or like,
Honestly, I feel like his mind is so jumbled, I think he just moved on to the next thing.
I
he's a
don't
broken
think
man.
he cared.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's just inching towards like, oh man, it's great.
Yeah.
well,
So
inching. I mean, he was inching before. I think at this point he's like bounding towards.
so Ironwood's like, "Also, by the way, our prisoners escaped. So that's not good."
Y'all.
And Harriet gets real mad at hearing about Crow and Robin.
Yeah, she was about ready to bolt out of there and go
Mm.
do something. Go find him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Search
And
every nook and
he's
cranny.
like, and Ironwood's like, "So what we really need is the Winter Maiden, because we need to get the staff." And Ironwood is like, "Yo, Winter, bring me Ark, Ren, and Xiaolong." And then he's like, "I know, I'm ashamed I didn't think of it earlier, man. Leveraging the lives of her friends. It's the only way to make Penny listen to reason. God, I'm dumb."
God, I'm so smart and reasonable for thinking of this
He's-
now.
You know,
He
and
it's
like,
is-
funny all the things you can think of when you throw away all the worldly constraints you've accumulated through your lifetime. It's like ethics,
Yeah.
fuck that.
I
Morality,
am perfectly
it's shit.
sane.
Not shooting
And
people.
what really gets
Not
me about
shooting.
that moment too is my perspective of that moment between fucking Winter and Ironwood is when he looks at her and he's having that smile, that giggle fit about it, like, oh, it's so obvious. He's looking to her almost for validation, like, right? Am I right? You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. We're clearly on the same page here. You're my ally. I trust you. And when
And
it's
Winter is
revealed,
just like, and Winter, I mean, you can see Winter's
Yeah.
kind of horrified expression during that.
yeah,
I think partly because of what he's saying is fucking crazy, but also because, well, she doesn't have those kids
oh
anymore.
no, but not even just that. She doesn't have the kids anymore, but also because deep down she knows that she's been what's the word? Supporting. She's been
Rotating.
Yeah, she's been
She's
been
complicit.
enabling.
she's been encouraging this behavior, or like
She's been enabling the
enabling.
behavior.
Thank you. She's been
Yeah.
enabling this behavior, and so there's a deep shame that she feels in that moment because him looking at her like, you're on my side, right? We're in this together, right? And she realizes, holy fuck,
Mhm.
I'm not that different, or my actions anyway have enabled this, and so I feel so ashamed that he thinks I'm on his side for this. Holy fuck, does that reflect on my character? And so then in that moment, when it's revealed that she doesn't even have the kids anymore, the look in his eyes not only reflects his dissatisfaction with the orders not being followed, but that is the last trigger of him feeling truly alone and betrayed. Like
His
he doesn't
lieutenant
have
is
a
gone
true
now.
ally
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, and I think it's also important to point out too that Harriet is the one who outs Winter here.
Correct.
She's gonna be a
probably
problem.
the last fucking hope that honestly Ironwood would have for an ally.
Yeah, and like honestly, like I just kind of I kind of wish that like there was just a moment where Harriet's like, "Yeah, we don't have the kids anymore, sir. Operative Schnee here decided to let them go." And Winter's just like, "Harriet, what the fuck?"
What the fucker? Not cool.
Yeah.
You can't just out me to dad like that.
You can't tell him I lost the Xbox.
Well, especially when Dad's reaction to you losing the Xbox is to shoot you in the head. Like,
Yeah.
we've seen him just outright kill council members at this point. Like, Winter's life could very well have been on the line there, and Harriet was just like, well, she lost the prisoners. Like, even just her
Yeah.
tone of voice is so... I want... Now I want more backstory. I want more backstory on Rabbit Girl, because, like, where does she get off having no moral compass? Where...
I think at this point,
she's just mad.
She is just mad, and
She's
she
still
doesn't
that
particularly care about what else is going on right now because the crisis for the moment is over. What is supposed to be like this crisis with Salem is for the moment at bay. Like Salem will not be back for another few hours. Harriet's only emotion right now is Clover's dead, and this woman is telling me what to do, and she disobeyed your orders, so fuck her.
I mean,
She's not thinking about Salem right now.
Where does this unwavering loyalty in Ironwood come from?
I don't think she's
did
loyal to
Ironwood
Ironwood.
Save her as a baby or something?
I don't think it's loyalty. I think she's just in a fuck you Winter mood. I want to go get Crow.
It's because I don't think it's an alignment to Ironwood. I think she's real mad about Clover, and she sees all of the prisoners, including the kids, as being sort of accomplices to Clover's death not because they were directly responsible in the way that like Crow was, but because they align themselves with Crow.
Right. And so this is more of a vengeance angle than a duty angle.
Exactly. That's what I think for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, she does seem to have a very quick temper.
Her identity tied to her duty as well, and she's got definite dependency issues there of like, I need someone to be in charge, and I need to follow orders. I have to, like, she's got a lot of pride, a lot of ego, a lot of rage, and so she's got a very one-track mind right now.
Yeah, and she doesn't appreciate the new boss stepping all over, and messing up, losing the prisoners, and they didn't explode the whale like they were supposed to.
Yeah, especially when she doesn't necessarily believe in her leader's judgment, because I think there was another moment when the airship thing was flying where Winter, or I think it was right when the kids were going to go, and Harriet was like, what do you mean? And Winter was like, I'm in charge. Or do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
My call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She resented that.
Yeah. And so this is kind of her chance to kind of be like, I knew it all along, Mr. Ironwood. Like,
I think.
Well, there.
I mean, and not only that, I want to point something a little like subtle thing out too, where at first she says Operative Schnee let them go, and then soon after she says Winter decided to let them go into the whale to try to rescue their friends. So she stops calling her by her title.
She's being
insubordinate. And starts calling her by her name.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yep.
Oh, it was I outrank you. The quote was I outrank you. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, Ironwood doesn't like this. No. And so he says, they were our last chance, and now I have nothing. And then he breaks his desk, which looked very expensive.
Yeah.
I like that line is very telling too, because he doesn't say we have nothing. He doesn't say Atlas has nothing. He doesn't say you've doomed us all. He says I have nothing.
Yeah.
This is not about anybody else. This is about him being afraid for his life and
Yep.
wanting to protect his own increasingly less voluminous skin.
Yep.
Like, he's
Yeah, that
he's
sounds like you smashed up a pretty expensive command and control console right there.
Yep.
eh,
And
I'll just buy
then
one.
they get a little report from some people, and Ironwood sees the SDC ships headed for Mantle, and he like starts to laugh. He's like, "Oh, this has always been about Mantle, hasn't it? Oh, my head is clear now."
Another
All
toy to latch on to.
All I have to do is just murder everyone else. It's perfect.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment. So, Team RWBY then reunites, and there's a Bumblebee moment that scared me.
It was so cute and
It
good.
was cute. I was so worried that she was gonna go for the kiss, and I was like, Rooster Teeth, this hasn't been earned yet.
We're
Yeah,
gonna get there. We're gonna get
I
to
had
our
a-
beautiful kiss.
I had a little worry about that too, but it was fine.
Yeah,
It was so
fine.
little
It
head
was
touch.
fine. What they did was acceptable.
It was
What they
so
did was-
intimate, and the way that her thumb rolls across her little chinny.
I can
Uh,
feel all my Black Sun thoughts begin to slowly curl up and die.
Can I get an ooh in the chat for Bumblebee?
Can we
So-
get an F for Black Sun?
Ren is concerned about Nora, which is nice because he didn't really seem to be showing that much concern regarding her earlier in the season.
This is the whole Ren's being our angsty boy kind of thing. He's
Mhm.
now in touch with his emotions again, and
Yes.
I like that. It was a very subtle touch, but I liked it.
And then Ruby, the hugs abound. Ruby is about to hug Oscar when she sees Emerald. And Ruby's like, "The fuck are you doing here?"
Mm-hmm.
And Oscar's like, "Hold up. She helped us blow up a whale. All right? Just everybody calm down." And then they get interrupted by a news bulletin. And they see
Before we get to
Okay.
the news bulletin, there's one bit we skipped over. Our our good hat wearing character has
Oh,
her first
yeah,
line of dialogue.
wait.
Technically,
Oh, you know what? I skipped over those notes. Thank you very much. Yes. That actually happens before Team RWBY reunites.
yes.
Yeah, so we see Cinder on the roof and she gets a text message.
Yes.
And an image that's just perfect.
I have
it's
some
so good.
thoughts.
Oh, it's great.
You got Neo doing the Ojo-sama laugh. It's
oh
great.
my god, it was perfect.
Yeah, I was not necessarily down for this scene in the context. Like, I got the impression that Neil was like on the outs with Cinder. It's like, no, fuck you. You seem to have no interest in fulfilling my goals whatsoever. I was not entirely sure how she went from, this place looks like it's screwed him out, to Yui smug. I have your lamp of power.
Because it's because of the text that she sends after that. It says, "If you want her name, you know what you owe me." So Neo's still gunning for Ruby.
Oh,
But why does
So-
what is the name that she's looking for?
Jin.
Jin.
Oh
lamp
god.
lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
You wanna know
even
how to
know
use
that
this
Cinder.
thing?
Yeah, you want to know how to use this thing? Help me kill Ruby.
Bring me her
Okay.
head.
Just the.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, like, does Cinder even even know that she needs Jin's name to use the lamp? That's what I was nonplussed about. Like, does she know that? And that's what I missed.
Maybe. It's a good point.
I mean, she knows that she needs a password.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So this
well,
is maybe a
Neo
little more
knows it.
information than Cinder
Yeah.
already had, but not enough for her to be able to guess the name.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I would have thought that Neo would have had grander aspirations having this fucking lamp. Like, this is
Nah.
this is your
I-
one focus. This is it. You have
Revenge.
No, Look, I think Neo is a simple girl, all right? It's murder bitches and kill Ruby. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
And
fair.
look fashionable doing it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And look fabulous.
It just seems like Neo should have had this moment of, holy fuck, I am holding an exceptionally powerful artifact that goes even beyond the scope of perhaps even my vengeance. I could get more than just my vengeance with this fucking lamp.
Yeah, except she can't because she can't
Can't
talk.
fucking talk.
Except she can't fucking talk. It just, I would have loved to see, like, perhaps an emotional thought process of her looking at this lamp and realizing what she has in her hands, because all we see is her skipping around like it's fucking Easter.
I
don't
love
know,
it,
man. I feel like what
so
she
in
did was
character.
very Neo.
It was very neat. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
I think this goes towards. I mean, we might get that moment where she realizes, "Hey, I can do more with this than just settle my petty revenge narrative." But that's kind of her whole shtick. The point is that she can't see past that,
Yeah.
right? Revenge is all she has.
Mm-hmm.
Because Roman was her whole world.
Yeah.
That's the narrative. So, like, I mean, her song from, was it Volume 4 or 5? I don't remember what it wasn't for.
I don't remember.
When did she fight Cinder? Was that Volume 5?
That was 6.
6?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her song from that is very much a one track, like, I'm gonna get revenge.
Yeah. Very much so. So yeah, that's a thing that Cinder has to contend with now. But yeah, anyways, jumping forward back to the SDC ships getting blown up. Yeah, they're being taken out by Atlas military ships. And then Ironwood goes on TV.
Oh, yeah.
And I gotta applaud Ironwood's lighting crew, all right?
Yeah, dude, like...
They really made him out to be some like Darth Vader villain.
Oh my god, like he has a whole fucking lighting staff that we're like, this is gonna be so ominous. I'm so down.
Yeah, well, he tells his lighting staff, like, guys, okay, I'm gonna like blow up the ships trying to save Mantle because I'm just gonna try and kill everybody there so that I can get what I want. And then his lighting crew is like, wait, are we the bad guys? And then someone on the lighting crew is like, yes, we are, and we're gonna make it look
we
awesome.
are. I know exactly what we're doing, guys. Get the lights. Like,
oh my god.
Get the lights. Get the blackout curtains. We're doing.
We're gonna dim everything. Put a spotlight. It's gonna be great.
Oh, God, it's gonna be so awesome. Like, we're gonna, when we get out of this, we're gonna be getting that Oscar back in Vale.
Oh.
Like, it's gonna happen.
Best lighting of evil villain speeches.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so Ironwood is like, so Penny, here's the deal. I get that you want to protect Mantle, and I understand that. There are a lot of people in Mantle. It's like a lot of people with lives and shit who are living. But see, I need you here in Atlas. And so if you don't come and see me here in Atlas in an hour, then I am going to remove your need to protect Mantle.
Then I'm going to remove the living from those people.
Exactly.
Yes. I will take
I'm going
the living
to
from
surgically remove the living from those people with a very high-tech device that I like to call a bomb.
A nuke.
Just one bomb.
A boomy device.
A boomy
a
device.
living remover device, if you will.
A living life remover device.
Yeah, so basically it was some crazy shit because he's effectively like, listen, I'm a nuke Mantle. And I couldn't help but feel like there was a parallel there with a show that Katie and I watched not too long ago.
Oh my god.
By the name of?
Domestic Girlfriend.
God damn
see.
it.
Dear.
I have not yet watched said show. All I know is
There's-
Mommy Chan belongs to the streets.
No, that's Rent a Girlfriend.
That's Rent a Girlfriend.
That's Rent a Girlfriend, not Domestic
Oops.
Girlfriend.
Oh, I know which one we're
Yeah,
actually
get your
talking about
girlfriends in
now.
order.
Oh, this one. Oh, God. This one I actually watched. Holy shit.
Yeah, so for anybody who isn't in the know, there's a scene
Me.
where the two characters who are step siblings and they want to be together because that's what the show is about. It's
Oh, God.
garbage.
It's so bad.
Yikes.
Basically, the girl is like, they're on the beach, and the girl is like, all right, let's be together. And then just grabs his hand and starts wading out into the water. And he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, you didn't know? See, the world won't accept us. Therefore, in order to be together, we have to die.
You have to
Oh, I remember this
It was
scene.
Remove
so
the living
much.
from us.
It was
too much.
so much. And and I kind of got like those vibes from Ironwood where I'm like, my guy, you're so much right now.
He's too much.
And he just it wasn't quite like the cliffhanger one-liners we were getting, like ReZero had some really good one-liner. This episode does a pretty good impression of that with his I hope you live up to the title I gave you. The title being Protector of Mantle.
Just keeping that gaslighting strong, man.
Fuck, man.
That's
Here's the thing, though. He published this on fucking live
Yeah,
television.
everybody knows he's a piece of shit now.
Like,
yeah.
you had a case of plausible deniability when it was just a private communique on her scroll. You told everyone, I care not for the peasantry downstairs. Your mother's down there. Sucks to be her. She's gonna die.
I'm a
And
nuker.
I don't fucking care. And you know what?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think Ironwood's gonna kill them anyway.
Well, that's the thing. So he talks about logic. I didn't realize that, squeezing her friends to get to her was just the logical thing. Okay, first of all, you're basing that on her emotions, so you're still outside the ballpark on this one, but that's fine. Like, think about the logic of this ultimatum, right? He's saying, I will destroy all of Mantle if you don't come up to Atlas and get the staff for me. Okay, great. What are you going to do with the staff? Oh, I'm going to take the staff and raise Atlas above the clouds so that we all live and Mantle all die. Hang on a second. Mantle is destroyed in both scenarios. So
Yeah.
by telling her that I'm just going to destroy Mantle now, it really doesn't change anything.
He's
Mhm.
counting
Just
on her
changes
not
how
being in a mental
quickly-
state to think through that particular chestnut.
I don't think it's that big of a stretch, though. Like, he made very explicit his plans to use the staff and float the city up into space where nobody can touch them. Like, the only thing he's changed is the timescale,
Mhm.
right? Mantle will either be destroyed now in an hour when I blow it up with a bomb, or it will be destroyed later by Salem. But
A living
later.
remover device.
Yes. So he's put a lot of pressure on Penny, but I don't think that his ultimatum is. It's not a very good one.
Well,
He's
there's
not
a
really
couple
thinking all that straight right now, and
Well,
he's counting on
he's
Penny
not.
not thinking
He's
that
not.
straight either.
Well, and there's also, I mean, the fact that he doesn't really understand what's going on with Penny because he knows that Penny had a virus implanted in her, but Penny hasn't shown up, so he's like either either it didn't work or Watts is incompetent or whatever, so we just have to assume the worst. But of course the thing is they only have an hour to comply, and the truth is Penny is just unconscious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Again, Ironwood has been doing a lot of this, like, oh, I don't understand this thing? It probably doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'll just
Little
just
bit.
assume something about that and move on and make some other disastrous plan based on this
Mhm.
information I don't actually have any understanding of.
Boy,
Yep.
who has that kind of a thought process? What does that remind me of?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that is where the episode ends.
While everybody
Oh,
dies.
boy.
Yeah, I mean, see, it seems more likely that literally rocks fall and everybody dies.
Ian's prediction will one day be right.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other day, me and Brian were talking about how wouldn't it be funny if when he was fucking doing the broadcast, when Iron was doing it, I think our other friend said this too. He was like, what if Winter just came up behind him, stabbed him, and was like, hey, sorry about that. Ignore
Yeah,
that.
ignore
all of
that. We are not doing that.
None
We're
of
not
forget the word nuke. I don't even know what that word means. There's no nuke. Nothing
the
about
safety. The ships are coming to rescue everybody. It's gonna be fine.
It's
We're
gonna be
nukes. No
fine.
nukes on any
I
ship.
am now in charge. Despite what I just did, I actually do value life, and I feel I was very justified in my actions just now.
This was
Gee, I
a
wonder
mercy
why.
stabbing. A mercy stabbing just occurred live television.
What would
Oh
that
my
even be
Yeah.
called? Because it's not regicide. What would be
I
the
mean,
name
at
for
this
like a
point,
supreme leader? What would that even be called?
Assassination?
I mean, it'd be assassin, but I'm thinking like the like.
I mean, it's called a coup, but
Yeah.
I guess.
I think regicide is probably the closest. He blew away one of the council members in front of the other council member, and I don't think that she's going to be like, I disagree. I vote against that measure. Like, I don't think that's happening. So he's basically crowned himself king.
Devil
Also,
Blight with the
thank you, Devil
$5.
Blight. Thank you for the $5.
Oh, heck,
Ooh,
thank you.
thank you.
That's real neat.
Yee. But yeah, so some shit went down. What are predictions? What are predictions, guys?
If I may reiterate, rocks fall, everyone dies.
I mean, fair.
Seeming more likely.
plausible.
Or should I be more specific? Atlas falls, everyone dies.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's
Cinder's gonna change her name to Atlas.
that's.
Because she just got bombed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Wow.
My theory so far, I think we're gonna get Emerald's like full backstory, and it's gonna be a really beautiful and tragic moment between her and Cinder.
Hell yeah. I'm sorry. Somebody in the chat, the one in your nightmare said, "About to get nuked. Can't have shit in Mantle."
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh, one more theory too. I think what's gonna happen with Winter, Harriet, and Ironwood is I think Ironwood's gonna be like, clearly you're not loyal, and is gonna be like, Harriet, you're in charge, and Harriet, because when Winter before was like, I outrank you, that's foreshadowing to maybe the fact that, well, Harriet's gonna outrank Winter, but Winter's not gonna care because Winter's gonna be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go, save my family, and Harriet will finally be like, oh yeah, like I totally, if I was in charge, I'd know what to do. But then when you're actually in charge, you're like, wait, shit, what do I do? And
Yeah.
then Harriet's gonna fucking get it, and Harriet's gonna be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna lead you, and the people under her are slowly gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna do this. And then Harriet's gonna be like, but I'm in charge. Let's go. And it'll escalate maybe from there. Like I think
Yeah.
all of the Aesops are gonna kind of abandon this post at some point, and Harriet's gonna be the last one on board. And
Yeah.
eventually
Marrow will
she'll
be the
leave,
first.
but... Oh yeah, I think our little Wolfie boy.
I
is gonna
think
be
I
first.
think after this, there's a very, very good chance that Marrow's gonna be done.
Mm-hmm.
He's been pretty
do
close to done
think
for a while.
I was kind of speculating the last one that like because we were talking about like, oh, is this a potential like Marrow is a stand-in for the hey, the Atlas military is doing bad things, and like kind of being like a foil for that. And we were like, well, that doesn't really make a lot of sense because a lot of things Winter's done, have made sense.
Yeah.
Right, under the circumstances, those have been pretty good decisions. Now I think if we have the split, if Winter if Ironwood tries to imprison her or assassinate her or whatever, like take her out, I guess it wouldn't be an assassination, but whatever. Tries to execute her, right, and put Harriet in charge or something. I think Marrow might be the first to go in the sense that he might have to die for the rest of the team to realize, oh shoot, this is a problem.
Oh damn.
Harriet's off her rocker.
Oh, okay,
maybe it will be her moment. I don't know.
I don't know about if we're gonna get it next episode. I think we're gonna get Ironwood Crow fight
soon.
Ooh.
They are loose. They are escaped. They are loose in the building.
That I would pay to see. Where's my popcorn?
I think that's a thing that's gonna happen.
Oof.
Buckle up, Buttercups. Welcome
I
to
agree.
the NFL.
Oh,
That's gonna be a good fight.
yeah.
It better be.
How many episodes do we have left? We have like 4, right? Because this season's supposed to be like 4. This season's supposed to be like 14 episodes or something.
Then we have 4 episodes remaining. We are at episode 10.
It was 13 or 14, yeah.
Damn, how did it just suddenly be near the end of the season already? How are we in like the last quarter?
That whole passage of time thing, Ian.
Damn it.
I know. Strikes again.
Ugh. Just like my homework assignments.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how many episodes. Yeah, I got a bunch of people saying goes to episode 14. Yeah, so we got 4 episodes left.
So we're getting down to it.
Yeah.
Damn it,
We're
Rooster
closing
Teeth.
in.
Why can't you have longer seasons already? Damn it. This show's been going on for 8 volumes.
I mean, this is the longest season to date.
It's not enough.
I want more.
Give us more.
As I've been saying since forever. It's not enough, Rooster Teeth. If you're gonna have 14 episodes, they better be 25 minutes.
I see. There's something to be said about, if your top complaint is there's not enough, then that's
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It's a good complaint.
For now.
And as a podcast that's been historically very critical of this show, I gotta give them props. This was a really good episode.
It was
Holy
a really good
God,
episode.
man, it was. A lot of good
pretty good.
rewatchability too. Just the acting, just all around. It's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Rewatch the Watts scene.
Yeah, the Watts. It's the Watts bit is probably one of my favorite moments from the whole show.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I mean, I know it's called RWBY, but like at least this episode, he stole the show. Like this is not just Watts.
It's the Watts show
Savage
now.
just steals every show he's in because he's so beautiful.
But yeah, so I think that just about wraps up our podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will of course be back next week to talk about whatever the hell happens next week.
Presuming there's an episode next week.
Once again, I'm Brian. You can find me on Twitter at Hubbard Audio. I'm also at Hubbard Audio in the RWBY server. You can find me there. Ian, where can they find you?
Administrating for the RWBY Productions public Discord server as @Ventress. Please contact me if you're having any administrative questions whatsoever.
Hell yeah. Forrest, where can they find you?
Find me right here on the podcast next week, presumably.
Hell yeah. Katie, and where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, you guys. I'm hecking around Connie Day Official, KANIDAY Official on the Twat, and you can heckin' check out the live stream me and Jax Plate are gonna do for our final episode of the Weird Flex But Okay podcast whenever we do it. So follow us on Twitter so you can see when that happens. Yay! Also, I do voice acting stuff. You can commission me. What? That's crazy. That's me. What?
Excellent.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next week. Bye!
Bye!
Bye-bye.